In the year 2022, following the epidemic, the world around us is in chaos. With rising food costs, rising fuel prices, rising interest rates, and rumors of a world war on the horizon. You'd think that in such a world, people would band together and develop partnerships to make life a bit simpler. Instead, we see a wider gender divide, with men forging their own paths and women on the streets and online marketing themselves to the highest. And instead of both parties working together to confront the challenges ahead, people would rather do terrible on their own. So, to set the stage, when will you discover that most of your relationships are a complete disaster? Some males find it beneficial. So, I can't refute that, but the rest of you suck it in terms of relationships. With your track record of failure with women, many of you should not be in a relationship. It's not entirely your fault because it takes two to tango. Let us take a look at how modern women have viewed relationships because it is appalling. In the history of the United States, modern women have become the most unsuitable to be in relationships, if not the entire world. I don't recall hearing a single woman in the last 2 years remark, "You know, I can't wait to find a husband and start a family with him." If we want to create a relationship with a woman, which most of us do not, it is nearly impossible to be with a woman who does not cheat or would betray us from the beginning of the relationship until one or both of us die. And we haven't even mentioned the monetized ladies. If you're interested in the dark side of women's monetization, you should look into seeking arrangements. Assume you have a niece in college who is struggling to make ends meet due to significant student loan debt and living expenses. So, rather than looking for a part-time job, she decides to join a dating site called Seeking Arrangements. Remember, she needed money, but instead of looking for work, she went on a dating service. I want you to add 2 and 2, and you'll see what the dark side is. That's what you're up to. That is the modern monetization of women that is currently taking place in 2022, and the girls on those sites will be your son's future marriages, and some of your wives. My role is to empower you with the knowledge you need to make the best decisions about women in relationships, but just know that women are turning into sugar babies, and they prefer it over being with a broke guy or a person on their level. Do you realize how difficult it is to locate a woman in these streets who isn't promiscuous or has more bodies than a morgue? My brethren, modern women no longer care or value virtue. It's as though they're trying to see who can eat the most salami in these streets. And to be honest, in today's market, nice guys get little to no delicious watery guts. However, I see her with the guy who breaks her heart all the time. I saw her with the alleged abusive boyfriend who cheats on her. I don't see her with the nice guys. 99% of all relationships end in divorce. That's a bold statement, and I know many of you don't believe me. So, I'll show you that almost all relationships fail. I'd like you to acquire a book or some paper and a pen. Then write down the names of everyone you've ever been intimate with. So far, write down all of their names, then tally the number of names on the paper and write it down when you're done. Next, create a table with 2 columns stacked on top of one another. Fill up the blanks with the words "number of previous partners." Also, indicate the number of active partners at the top of the second column. The next step is to look beneath the column that says "number of previous partners." For the second column that states "current partner," write the number of partners that you presently have. For most people, you should have written down that you are in a relationship with 1 or 0 people. That's either a 100% or 99% failure rate. Isn't that right? You went through all that agony to finish up alone or with one person. I believe we may safely assume that our odds of being in a stable long-term relationship are 1% or less. I have to call out those of you who think that giving your girlfriend or wife the 5-stroke special will suffice. No, you must go round and round. If you want to get close to pleasing a woman, roaring and snoring will not work in the long or near term. If you don't improve in bed, ladies will gossip about it to their friends and on the internet. So, if you want repeat consumers, you should blow that. And if you're not giving your girl any orgasms, just file for divorce or split, because I guarantee another man is making her bust and wet the sheets, and his salami is probably bigger than yours. These are the things that married individuals go through but don't tell you because they want to appear flawless. Let's look at the 3 reasons why relationships break. First and foremost, ladies are uninterested in you. Everything revolves around them. The days of women wanting to serve and please their men are long gone. So forget about it. What can you do from your thinking when modern women enter into partnerships? They don't want to do the dishes, cook, or clean for a man. Be obedient, calm, and responsible for the family. Most modern women join partnerships out of boredom or to deceive most guys. That is the reality we are witnessing today. Ask, what do I gain from being in a relationship with a modern woman? And if you can't locate anything useful, you already know what to do. Second, modern women have much too many red flags and previous sexual partners as males. I don't want to hear what she has to say. I'm going to take over the monopoly with 100 people. What precisely would I receive? When numerous men got you at a low or no cost, I would decline. Not only are some selling themselves for money, participating in group activities with opposite and same genders, even removing unborn children. Nope. If that's the best that's available, Mars, here I come. That's fine if you don't have a problem with it, but I understand that most men do not desire that. As a result, we have guys who choose not to play the game. It is exactly what it is. This is the path that modern women have taken, and there are repercussions for having at least 5 bodies, but evidently that's asking too much. The last reason partnerships collapse is that guys can't get the ladies they want. Modern women have raised their expectations so high that typical guys are unable to meet them. Most men are simply fed up with not being able to obtain what they want from women and being expected to offer women the world. Is it any surprise that relationships fail? When one or both parties in a relationship have unrealistic expectations and their demands and needs are not met, the relationship is over. No one person can entirely meet the demands and expectations of another, and women are unwilling to meet men halfway. Let it burn, in my opinion. Let's all sit back and watch the dumpster fire that is modern relationships. We'll be here doing our own thing and living our own lives.